Hi, and welcome to part 3 of the DB2 briefing. Today we're seeing how Centrify can help organizations secure DB2 implementations to improve their security posture, align better with regulation, and promote operational efficiency. We, in the previous video, did a quick Centrify primer. If you don't know what Centrify is, go back and look at the previous video. Recap of DB2 challenges. Each DB2 OS becomes an identity silo. That means that organizations have to do add moves or changes, do compliance reporting and attestation. Also, they need to be effective at offboarding those users. In addition, you have to deal with groups. There's an 8-character username limitation that makes complexity in terms of identity management. And finally, user productivity, because you're implementing a new identity silo each time users get affected. So what is it that Centrify provides? A plugin, and that plugin is designed to overcome those challenges. I don't have a DB2 system in my local machine here, but we can always use Centrify Privilege Service to access a remote environment that does have it. So I'm making a connection to a Windows system, and I'm going to use my Windows credentials to log in as if I was just a regular user signing into a system. So in here, let's go ahead. Right, so I'm initiating my session. And the first thing I wanted to show you is how easy it is for end users to gain access to those systems. So first, remember, you have to be an authorized user to access the system. That's how information is protected. You need to make sure that only authorized people have access. So in here, my end user is going to get SSO, right? And because Centrify takes care of everything that has to do with, with the Kerberos environment, most likely I have a Kerberos ticket. I could do, and the experience is very simple. All I need to do is DB2, connect to sample, and I'm already connected because I have a Kerberos ticket. I'm going to disconnect. Let's see. I'm going to connect as a different user. So you can see the 8-character limitation overcoming the 8-character limitation. So another user, Fred Thomas. And I'm going to go ahead and connect to DB2. So I'm going to do DB2, connect to sample, user Fred Thomas. This is more than 8 characters. It's asking me for the user's password. And what you'll see is that I'm able to connect with a username that has more than 8 characters. Also, it's really important, the user does not exist in the etc password file because users exist in Active Directory. It should have been clear in the previous video. So now what we have is we've eliminated the identity silo and we've overcome the need for the user to have less than 8 characters or 8 characters in their username. Now let's talk about the ability to expose AD groups using DB2. I'm no DB2 expert, so I'm going to go ahead and leverage a command that I have in here. So, and I'm going to connect to DB2. Let's go ahead and copy this. And let's connect directly here. So the output of this command, okay, let's see, I have the wrong password. Much better. So the idea behind being able to use the Active Directory users groups inside of DB2 is because you may be able to assign DB2 entitlements to AD groups, which in turn is a little bit more efficient. Rather than dealing with the add moves or changes of groups, you can basically have that be front-ended by your ITSM solution, and it's easily a test who can do what inside DB2. So the first thing we need to know is the groups that the end user belongs to. So I'm going to open Active Directory users and computers. I could do also a command on Unix as well to do this, but let's take a look in here to Fred Thomas. So notice that he's a member of many groups, including Mac Help Desk, Office 365, a lot of groups. So if I run this command inside DB2, it should show me the groups that he belongs to. And notice some of the groups that may be familiar here. Salesforce users, for example, right? SaaS analyst, for example. So this proves that we can also use the group plugin and expose the users groups inside DB2, which in turn you can use for entitlements. Let's summarize everything. And again, as a bonus, you already saw that end users can just get SSO. Notice in here I did not have to qualify it with the username. In this case, Diana got SSO to DB2. So we have, as a summary, with Centrify, the Centrify agent and the DB2 plugin, you get the ability to centralize the administration. Only authorized users get access to the system. They don't need to exist in the local etc password file. They do not have to have names that are 8 characters or shorter. You can use the group plugin to expose the AD groups that they belong to and use them inside DB2. And finally, you can provide SSO to the end user. So this conquers all the limitations that I've outlined before. The plugin is available for different platforms. So as you can see, these are all the versions of DB2 that we support, and these are all the platforms that are supported. So if you have any of those platforms, as of August of 2015, we can help you out. And finally, remember, with Centrify, you get the best AD integration, strong access controls, privilege management in the form of least access and also shared account password management, local plugins or on-premise plugins for Apache, Tomcat, WebSphere, WebLogic, JBoss, J2EE, DB2, SAP, plus with the identity service, more than 3,000 applications that you can use on-premise and SaaS applications. It provides a very integrated platform that gives organizations a lot of results using their Active Directory infrastructure and also a cloud infrastructure. And I'm hoping that this demo was helpful.